Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to heal your SIBO. And I want you guys to have an open mind because I've seen too many people struggle on boring bland diets and do all these crazy disinfecting and reculturing protocols and get absolutely no results when it comes to resolving their symptoms. But when they use German new medicine, many of their symptoms disappear overnight, and within a couple of weeks, it's like it never happened. And it's because German new medicine looks at, it's called new medicine. He wanted to call it new medicine. It's called the sacred medicine in Spanish, but it's called new medicine because it's a whole new way to think about your health. Because in medicine today, we blame infection and genetics and all this stuff, and it's not what's causing the problem. It's not what's causing the symptoms. So I'm going to take you through how to properly look at your situation if you're somebody diagnosed with SIBO or you have SIBO symptoms, and exactly what to do step by step to get better. But I'm going to have to explain what to do. But if you're not patient enough to sit through this and you want to go watch your Cat or Taylor Swift videos, go ahead and do that. But this is your life at stake here, and I want to show you how to fix it. It's actually very easy if we understand what's going on, but it's going to be different than what you've heard. Unless you've been watching my channel and are familiar with GNM, this is going to be very different for you, but it works. I've seen people get overnight results with this. So, all right. So the first thing we need to talk about with SIBO, it stands for small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And in German new medicine, let's talk about how someone comes down with SIBO from start to finish. So in German new medicine, there's no such thing as disease. These diseases are actually significant biological special programs that get turned on by a conflict shock, a stressful situation that catches you off guard. And when you experience this, you go from normatonia, like a normal day and night rhythm where you're active during the day and relaxed at night. But when the stressful event happens, you get thrown into the conflict active stage, which is a sympathetic state where you have cold hands and cold feet, high blood pressure, and you're obsessing about how to fix this problem. And now all of our organs evolved and developed for a survival purpose. Our lungs to breathe air, kidneys to regulate our electrolytes and the water in our blood, et cetera, et cetera. Every organ is there for a very specific survival purpose. So depending on how you experience the conflict, a significant biological special program is going to become activated on one of our organs. And so people with SIBO, small intestinal, so this is the small intestine, and the conflict linked to the small intestine is an indigestible morsel experienced with anger. So you're angry about something in your life. I can't believe that person said that to me, and I'm angry. I can't believe I didn't get that job promotion, and I'm angry. I can't believe my boyfriend, girlfriend broke up with me, and I'm angry about it. You are angry, indigestible anger. That's what turns on this program. And so when you're in the conflict active stage, you are not going to get symptoms. You're not going to get the diarrhea and all that fun stuff. But what's happening is your small intestinal cells are proliferating. These extra gut cells have the purpose of more absorptive area and to help you produce more digestive juices. But once this conflict gets resolved, you're over your ex-girlfriend, you're over that promotion you missed out on, now you're going to enter the healing phase. And one thing that I want to point out during this conflict phase, before we get into the healing phase, is there's bacteria and there's fungi growing in the small intestine, but they're not yet active. They're growing. And when the conflict gets resolved, now the body no longer needs these extra gut cells, and the bacteria and the fungi become activated. They become activated and they help break down these extra gut cells we don't need anymore. And this is when we get all the blood, the mucus, and the food intolerances and stuff like that. So this process is only supposed to last like a week or two, maybe a month at most. But the reason why it just keeps on going and going and going, where someone has SIBO for years and years and years, it's because we get stuck in something called a hanging healing. We keep encountering tracks or conflict relapses. The girlfriend keeps coming in and out of your life. You keep getting screwed over at work. This indigestible anger, it has like this constant theme in your life, and you're having a hard time getting over it for whatever reason. So what's actually controlling the bacteria growth in your small intestine is how intense the conflict is and how intense your conflict relapses are. That's going to determine how many the bacteria levels in your gut, but to make them go away, you have to get on the other side of the healing phase. We have to stop the conflict relapses. The brain, the significant biological special program, controls how much bacteria is in your gut. Whether these so-called bad bacteria and fungi are in your gut. And they're not bad. They're serving a purpose. They're doing the cell removal to help. They're helping removing the cells. You can take all the disinfectants you want. You can take all the probiotics you want. But you're still going to have this so-called imbalance compared to a healthy person, because you have this program running in your brain or activated in your brain that's telling the gut microbiome to make more candida or to make more methane, whatever the stupid terms they're using nowadays. That's what's happening. You are 1 part human cells and 4 parts bacteria and fungi. The brain has control over the bacteria and the fungi in your body. I've seen too many people, eat 0 probiotics and take antibiotics every year, and they have no digestive issues. And I've seen too many healthy, people, health nuts, take probiotics every day and take probiotics every day and disinfectants every day and get absolutely nowhere with their symptoms. This is what's happening. This is the perspective you need to look at a SIBO diagnosis with. So we need to identify our tracks. When you get symptoms, what just happened? Did you eat a particular food? That would be a food track. You're not allergic to energy and nutrients. You need to convince yourself that this food is safe and the conflict is already resolved. I have another video on how to clear tracks, so I'm not going to talk about that much. Another instance is, let's say every time you see your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, you get really emotional and you get bad symptoms. Every time you resolve a big conflict, you have a conflict relapse and you resolve a conflict relapse, that's going to give you symptoms. So this is how you need to look at it. I have other videos that kind of explain German New Medicine as a whole, so I suggest that you binge watch my videos, but this is the way you need to look at it. So what do you do from here? You need to identify and neutralize your tracks. And you identify your tracks by, a lot of you are blaming foods. You're blaming foods for your symptoms. You go, oh, I'm allergic to this. Oh, I'm feeding the bacteria, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case. You are, your subconscious has created a track with these foods, which takes you back to the conflict active phase, because with all these crazy YouTube videos, you believe that energy and nutrients is not safe, which is just ridiculous. So I have a video about food intolerances which talks about how to get that, but you need to convince yourself that these foods are safe and that the conflict is already resolved. And then you're going to have other tracks, and these are things that remind you of the initial conflict. So it'd be like, maybe you were holding a pen when your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you. Now every time you touch a pen, or maybe every time you go on Facebook, You'll start to, when you stop blaming food, you'll start to notice these emotional patterns, the objects in your life, the people in your life, and certain social situations in your life are actually causing you to get emotional and then cause your symptoms. So when you get a symptom, ask yourself, what did you get emotional about? Even just talking about these things sometimes can make you emotional enough and be a trigger for you. So that's what I want you to look for. That's all I have for this, but if you want more advice, I suggest you binge watch my newer videos with the new German New Medicine perspective. But if you want my my personal help and the personal help of my staff to help get you through this as fast as possible, I suggest you sign up for my Rapid Gut Healing Program. It is $497 now, but it's the price is going to be raised to $1,000 at some point in the future. I don't know when, and I won't know when. It's just going to happen at some point, and there will be no warning. We also have a payment plan of $97 for 6 months. And yeah, we have a refund guarantee. If you don't get the results that you want, we'll give you your money back. But we've helped so many people who've been trapped on boring, bland diets their whole life, doing these crazy protocols. Literally overnight, their food intolerances disappear, and within a month or two, they're back to living a normal life. German New Medicine is awesome stuff, but our course comes with over 8 hours of videos. We have a Facebook group where we answer all your questions. Me and my staff answer all your questions. We do live Q&As twice a week. So we have a workbook with all sorts of good stuff in that. So yeah, if you're interested, you can check out the details below. But other than that, you can feel free binge watching my free YouTube videos. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.